Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a look at some of these coins then, shall we? So this video we're going to look specifically at a couple of things, mainly Bitcoin, because that's going to work out what's going on, but we're focusing on Chainlink, because on Bityard they're doing free trades on Fridays, and this Friday coming it's going to be no fees whatsoever trading Chainlink. So I'm very looking forward to that. So I'm going to get my homework in as best as possible. We're going to work out what sort of ranges we want to play in. Are we going to go long? Are we going to short? We're probably going to be doing all of that because there's no fees. So you can basically just long, short, scalp all over the place and make tons of money. There's a link at the bottom of the video if you want to set yourself an account up. Bityard's an absolute rare delight of a trading platform, and it's basically where I'm doing all my trades at the moment. But because they obviously have all these free trades, but secondly they do traditional markets too. Anyway, let's have a look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has broken above this trend line here. This trend line is supposed to dictate to us that we're going to be making big parabolic moves. So breaking above it here, big launch all the way up there, coming down to test it. Even coming down to test it, we get super bounces until obviously it breaks down and then turns to resistance, where we basically get massive rejections. So it's basically a really important trend line as far as I'm concerned, because it tells us where the biggest moves are going to be. If we go below it, there'll be very big moves down. If we go above it, there should be very big moves up. So we're above it at the moment and we're being supported on it. So I'm looking forward to perhaps maybe another some really big moves. At the moment though, it's looking weaker than it has done in the past when it broke above it. And this one was a big move. Let's have a look at that one. So we broke above it, didn't even really bother to test it as support on the first time round. We went up basically 48%, almost 49%. When we broke down from it, however, came down 36%. And I mean, I could go on forever, even all the way back in 2017 when we were rejected from it here. We were rejected to the value of 42.5%, and when we finally broke above it, I mean, you can see, basically we tested it many times, and so you can see boing up, down to test it again, and then from this level here, this is the supercharged move where we went up 266%. So it just goes on and on and on and on. So this is the trend line to watch, and it's exciting that we're above it now, and we're this could be the time where we launch from it. Who knows? I mean, we could literally be launching from it. The fact is, if we come down to test it and we don't break down from it, and you see that there's some wicks being bought up from it, there's a very strong chance that basically it's going to go parabolic after there, and it would mean likely that it would go that it will carry the rest of the market with it. Now I know that there's some weird things going on because the Bitcoin dominance is creeping up now, which basically means that with Chainlink, which is what we're going to look at now, and with other coins, for instance, I mean, Chainlink's one of the better, most stronger ones, obviously, but for some of these tokens, when Bitcoin pumps, sometimes they dump. So it's a really weird situation. Anyway, let's have a look at Chainlink, like I say, because we want to get our homework in, don't we, for this free trading session. So what's going on? Let's have a look at. First of all, we'll do a fib retracement from this top here down to this bottom here, and we can work out where we're looking to see big moves ahead. So we came sort of floating around within this golden pocket here, and then we broke above it, but Bitcoin brought us down over these last few days, and now we've been supported on moving averages specifically. I would say if we break it, and we're really close to it now, breaking above and being supported above $12.17. That's going to spark a move up and away above $13. So that's what that's the sort of thing we want to hear about. We want to hear about the big moves, and that would be a big move. So if we measure that one out, if this moves up here and it breaks up, even if it just goes up to the next fib section here, $13.50, that's a 12.5%. So we're talking big gains if you're using a bit of leverage. Me personally, on Bityard specifically, I use quite a fair bit of leverage because I've got good risk management set up, so I'm looking to capitalise on that. If I was to do that at a 50x leverage at $1,000 or something, oh my god, could you imagine? That would be thousands and thousands of dollars I would make on that one, and that's basically the move I'm looking to. I'm hoping this takes place on Friday, obviously. But if it doesn't, so be it. I'll pay the fee if it means I get a few grand back. But this is what we're looking at achieving. Now the problem we've got here, and I'll get rid of this fib is that we're inside a Ichimoku cloud, which is basically not. It's meant to be. I suppose it's a no trade zone. Really, it could go one way or another. It's like a big giant, especially when it's red. It's a big giant. Like resistance cloud. It's one of the rules really is to not try and trade within that cloud, because it's still, you know, one way or another, you know, it doesn't really know which way it wants to go. However, we did have the conversion baseline cross back here, which signifies usually that the continuation of an uptrend. So it's good if you're holding Chainlink. It should you know, be okay. As far as we're concerned, this is a buy signal here, and you know, it seems to be working out. Yes, we came down to retest these levels, but it's still a decent area, and that's for holding on spot. For leverage trading, you know, we're gonna have to look at the lower time frames a bit more. And again, I'll be making videos on this each day now in preparation for that, for no fees on Bityard. So on the 4 hour, it looks okay. It looks a lot better actually. Golden cross back here. So this should spark continuation. We had a big dump down here and a huge buyback, and we've been supported above the green 50 exponential, which is around about 11.5. Now, if we break down beneath here and we get, because this is what I was getting a bit worried about last night. Well, not worried. I mean, because I was shorting it anyway, so I was making money. But I was, you know, I was thinking, oh, this could be bringing us down to around about $10.50, and that sort of thing can happen if we break down beneath this and get rejected from it once we're underneath it. So far, the buybacks have been phenomenal. They have been across the board for most of these coins on that last dip. But if there is another dip, who knows where it's going to take us, and this would be the indicator to watch out for, the green 50 exponential, which is basically moving up, which is pretty good. But I would probably say if we break down beneath $11.70 and stay beneath $11.70, we're going to find ourselves continuing down to around about 10.5 cent, sort of $10.50. And maybe a little more than that. So it's an extremely volatile asset, which is good because that's what we want if we're doing leverage trading. And if we were to break down here, let's measure that one out. So $11.70 to 10.5 cent. That would be basically a 10% move. That would be lovely. That would be absolutely lovely. And that's what, like I say, if that were to happen, that would be an area to go in for. Let's have a look at the weekly to work out if there's anything of any importance on here. So the weekly, we're being supported on the 10 exponential, which is good. We've been rejected from it quite a few times recently over the last month, and now we're above it and a strong support on there. I mean, the week's, you know, barely begun, but at the moment that buyback on that level looks quite good. MACD is not looking too great, but it's also not so bad. It's in bullish territory. MACD, RSI, money flow index, they all look okay to me. So this actually does fill me with more confidence that the move will likely be up, depending on how Bitcoin presents itself. And if Bitcoin stays above this line, then there's every chance that Chainlink will move. And like I say, I'm glad that Bityard chose this coin to do this on, because of all the coins, this is probably one of the better alts to make decent moves from, because the moves will be so big on it that you probably won't even need to use that much leverage. So as far as this video is concerned, I'm going to leave it with you there, but set yourself up a Bityard account, get ready for the no fee trade, and I will see you tomorrow with some more updates on Chainlink in this preparation for the fearless trades. Thanks for watching, take care.